Welcome back to the Rapid Revision channel, 18 Days series. I'm your host, and today we are hitting the ground running. We've got a massive, high-yield sprint on morphology and anatomy of flowering plants. Yeah, that's chapters 5 and 6. Honestly, if you want those top ranks, you absolutely cannot skip this rapid revision. Chalo, let's just get right into it.
बच्चों, sound a P by Q alert. फटाफट ध्यान दो, because concepts from these two chapters, they have appeared literally every single year from 2021 all the way to 2025. We are talking about a guaranteed 4 to 8 marks just sitting right here on the table. You know, skipping these topics is simply not an option if you're seriously aiming to crack NEET.
All right, here's our target list for today. We're covering roots and floral symmetry, then those tricky high-yield floral formulas. After that, we'll tackle open versus closed bundles, dicot versus monocot structures, and we'll wrap it all up with leaves and bulliform cells. Okay, keep this visual checklist in your mind. Let's dive in with full momentum. First section up, roots and floral symmetry. First up, we really need to look at the basic difference between monocot and dicot roots. So, in dicots, like your mustard plant, the primary root actually persists. It grows deep down and forms that classic taproot system we all know. But here is the major trick for monocots, like wheat. Their primary root is super short-lived. Like, it literally gets replaced by this massive fibrous root system that originates right from the base of the stem. The anrakna. They completely replace it. And why do I emphasize that specific point? Well, a direct NEET 2024 PYQ proves exactly why. The question asked, the primary root is short-lived in monocots and is replaced by a large number of roots from the stem base. What is this called? Boom! The answer is the fibrous root system. Direct marks but shown. Knowing just that one structural difference instantly earns you points.
Fatafat, let's shift gears to flowers. Now, you absolutely must memorize these symmetry types and their exact NCERT examples. So, actinomorphic basically means radial symmetry. You can cut it into equal halves from any radial plane at all. Examples: mustard, datura, and chili. On the flip side, zygomorphic is bilateral symmetry, meaning it divides into equal halves by only one specific vertical plane. Your NCERT Bible examples here are P. Gulmohar, bean, and cassia. Listen to me. Ratta marlo. Memorize these.
Because look exactly at what happened in NEET 2025. They ask, which set represents examples of zygomorphic flowers? And right there is our winning combo. P, Gulmohar, cassia, and bean. The examiner literally just pulls the exact examples list straight from the NCERT text. If you know the list, you clear the question without even breaking a sweat. So, let's see how this builds into our next crucial area, high-yield floral formulas. Section 2. And I'm warning you guys right now, floral formulas are a massive trap if you haven't memorized them correctly.
Direct NCERT line here, guys, for the Fabaceae family, the P family. The cheat sheet features you really need to look out for are the percentage sign, which indicates zygomorphic symmetry, the bisexual symbol, and crucially, the androecium. It has 10 diadelphous stamens, and they are arranged in a very specific 9+1 fused pattern. Literally, that 9+1 arrangement is your golden keyword for Fabaceae.
Now just look at the structural contrast in the floral diagram for Solanaceae, the potato family. Unlike Fabaceae, do you notice the perfect radial symmetry here? Yep, that's actinomorphic. You can also spot the bicarpellary obligately placed structure right there in the center. Trust me, visualizing these diagrams really helps lock the formulas into your brain. Let's actually validate that with a NEET 2021 question. Diadelphous stamens are a distinctive diagnostic feature of which plant family? And boom, Fabaceae. Why? Because we already know that the 9+1 fused bundle arrangement is their absolute unique trademark.
Keep the pacing urgent, Bacon. We are sprinting straight into the anatomy section now. Chapter 6. Open versus closed bundles.
Okay, so the absolute crucial point here is understanding the function of the cambium. In open vascular bundles, which are found in dicots, the cambium is present right between the xylem and phloem. Think of it this way. The cambium is there to literally open up the plant to secondary growth, making it thicker, right? Now, in closed vascular bundles, found in monocots, there is a complete absence of cambium. No cambium means it's strictly closed off to secondary growth. Samaj aya? Open means cambium is there, closed means no cambium. Simple. And right on cue, check out this NEET 2021 PYQ.
It asks, closed vascular bundles are characterized by the complete absence of which anatomical layer? The answer? Cambium. See, understanding the why behind the bundle being closed gets you the right answer instantly, totally skipping the need for rote memorization.
Moving right along into a heavily, and I mean heavily tested area, dicot versus monocot internal structures.
Let's compare their root anatomy. You've got to visualize the number of patches because honestly, that is your dead giveaway in the exam. A dicot root usually only has 2 to 4 xylem and phloem patches. But a monocot root, it has a polyarch condition. Poly, of course, means many, so it usually has more than 6 xylem bundles laid out in this radial and exarch pattern. Just remember, polyarch equals monocot root.
Let's prove the concept. In the 2023 Monopore paper, they asked you to identify a structure with a polyarch, radial, and exarch xylem layout. Literally, as soon as you spot the word polyarch, you crack the code. It is a monocotyledonous root. Period.
And this brilliantly illustrates the stem differences. Just observe the structural contrast. With the dicot stem, notice how beautifully the vascular bundles are arranged in a neat, organized ring? Now compare that to the monocot stem. The vascular bundles are just scattered everywhere in the ground tissue. And remember what we said earlier? They are closed. So, ring equals dicot. Scattered equals monocot.
Now, connect that visual directly to this recent NEET 2024 assertion reason PYQ. The assertion says, in a dicotyledonous stem, vascular bundles are arranged in a ring and are described as open. Is that true? Absolutely. We literally just talked about the ring arrangement, and we know dicot stems have cambium to open up secondary growth. So both the assertion and the reason are perfectly true.
Fantastic. Let's power through our final rapid-fire concept regarding leaf anatomy, leaves and bulliform cells.
So, what on earth are bulliform cells? Well, in grasses, some specific cells on the addaxial, that is the upper epidermis, they modify themselves into these really large, empty, colorless cells. These are your bulliform cells, and their job, it's all about turgor pressure. When there's plenty of water around, they absorb it, become completely turgid, and expose the leaf surface. But during intense water stress, they actually lose that water, become flaccid, and force the grass leaves to roll inward. This clever rolling response basically saves precious moisture. And perfectly closing our concept to proof loop for today, just look at this NEET 2025 question. What is the main structural function of specialized bulliform cells? The answer? To minimize water loss during periods of intense water stress. Do you see how directly these explanations map right to your exams? That wraps up our deep dive into morphology and anatomy. But tell me this, if plants have such complex vascular highways, how do animal bodies transport and protect everything inside them? Well, we'll uncover that mystery tomorrow. Don't miss tomorrow's high-yield animal tissue breakdown. Subscribe immediately. Drop your doubts below. Keep revising, Bachom, and I'll see you in the next session.